completed nearly a week since opening day. Went through the rotation once, and I'd like to have your thoughts on your first week on your record and the team's performance.
Well, overall, I'm happy with the first week. I think, probably on the downside, probably the biggest disappointment would be our defense. I mean, we're like at the bottom of the league in defense. I don't see that happening over the course of the season, but through the rotation, our first 4 starters, and now Badamo for a second time, they all pitched real solid games, and I include Almonte in that because our defense is what let him down in what turned out to be a 6-run inning. The 2 young kids, we were worried about their nerves, meaning Cantalone and Celis, and they both scuffled a little bit their first outing, and hopefully the experience, they'll be better from it. Overall, I'm pleased. I think we have a real good group and a great work ethic, and they're going to be a fun team to mold over the course of the season. Tonight's probably the first time I've seen them down when they come in the clubhouse, because I think they're surprised that we just didn't hit more tonight. We had a great workout today. We had a lot of guys out for early hitting. We swung the bats very well, and I credit their pitchers. Their pitchers didn't walk. They came right after us. We got pitches to hit, and we didn't hit them tonight, and they made all the plays on defense.
Yeah.
And it's kind of ironic, when you look at a 1-run game like this, their speed manufactured their first run, a guy scoring from second base on a ground ball to third base that we just missed turning 2-1. And then the game ends with us trying to go 2 bases on an infield chopper, and I admire. Bernal thought he could make it. He got a great jump from first. The third baseman had to come in to make that play on Zach's ball, and Michael was, in his mind. I'm not going to say that he made. It's easy after the fact to say, well, gee, he should have stayed in scoring position, but Michael was trying to get to third with 1 out where Deal could score him with an out. Because we only had I believe, I didn't look at the box score yet, but I think we had 3 or 4 hits tonight. We didn't have many. And we're going to be the type of team that if there's doubt, that guys are going to try to be aggressive, and Michael was trying to. And I give the third baseman credit with Michael's slide and the throw being in the dirt. He had a lot of things going on there, and he managed to come up with the ball and make the tag. So it is what it is, but. Badamo pitched a heck of a game, and we came up with a short end. Last night we win 2-1. Tonight we come up with a short end. We'll be here tomorrow at 7 o'clock, and we'll battle them again.
I think 3 runs in the last 26 innings now. Is that all their pitchers, or?
Well, last night the guy that started last night, the young Cuban kid for the Astros, that's probably going to be as good a pitcher as we'll face all year. So. After the first inning last night, I knew we weren't going to do much with him. Tonight, I'm a little surprised that we didn't swing the bats more, and I think that's why the guys are so quiet in there tonight. Is I think they feel to a man like they let themselves down, because their pitchers threw strikes and nothing against them. I just didn't see like last night was like facing a big leaguer, and he really stuck it to us. But tonight was just one of those things where. They played a real good, solid ball game. Defensively, they pitched well. They didn't walk people. They didn't give us anything, and they manufactured 2 runs. The game winner, the double. The guy advanced on a ball in the dirt, and they got a sac fly, as did we for our only run. So it is what it is.
What did you think of David Thompson's first at bat?
Yeah, well, David, he took his, he's been chomping at the bit to play because he's been here for a couple of days. The first day we had to get him scheduled for a physical, and then when he got that, they recommended an MRI because he's a former football player that had a couple surgeries. The Mets knew about the surgeries, but the team doctor in doing the physical recommended that he get an MRI. Not looking for anything wrong, but just so we'd have a gauge of where he's at. And that was this afternoon, so he wasn't able to work out. We couldn't let him be on the field till he had clearance for these things. So other than some swings in the cage, when he got to the ballpark, I told him, hey, you're going to get in this game somehow, some way late to get that first pro at bat out of the way. and play an inning or two on defense, and the situation actually worked out perfect to get a guy of his caliber, not only as a hitter but with power, up. You know, it would have been a nice Cinderella story if he had, you know, banged one off the wall to drive in too, but he's going to be fine. And I'm glad he got to make a couple plays at third and got used to the turf, and he got that first at bat out of the way, and he'll be in the lineup on a daily basis starting tomorrow. So we're looking forward to watching him play.
Yeah, I mean, first and second, and swinging at the first pitch, and
yeah, and that might have been just a little over. I mean, I think he got a good pitch to hit, but I think he just got a little over anxious and got out in front and rolled over on it.
Right. Hero or zero. I mean, go down the line for a double, scores both players.
Did you think about letting Brandon stay in after he had the triple?
No, I mean, Brandon did a good job tonight, but you know, I mean, Thompson was drafted in the 4th round for a reason, and the scenario at that point in the game, that was the ideal time, I felt, to get him his first at bat, and give us a chance to win the ball game at that point.
Yeah. Your big hitters so far this season, we have returning Bernal, Sienna, and
no, Sienna's new. He was just.
Oh, excuse me. No, I meant. There was a comma in there.
Oh, okay.
I mean, returning Bernal, Sienna, and returning Jeff Deal. I mean, they're all your leading hitters this season here, thus far. Would you go surprised, not surprised, or they're doing what they should be doing right now?
Well, Sienna's off to a really good start. I mean, we like everything we see about him defensively, offensively, his instincts on the bases. He's going to be a real nice addition to the Mets organization. I mean, that was a good draft. And the other guys, of course, we had him last year, and Michael was off to a good start. The quality of his at-bats are much better than what we saw a year ago, and Deal has been a pleasant surprise. I mean, we knew what Jeff was capable of. He just hadn't done it much in the past because his mechanics at the plate were. He's always drifting and off balance, and he's been in a nice groove at staying back and letting the ball come to him, just like tonight, the first time up, whacking a double into the wind. I mean, he hit that ball really good. So yeah, he's doing a good job, and that's why we're trying to find play. I think in the last 3 days he's DH, played first base and left field because he's forcing me to find ways to get him in the lineup because he is swinging good.
You spoke about Montgomery's confidence. That must be pretty high right now, as well as Taylor's.
Yeah, I know. Dave LaRoche is really proud of Montgomery because we weren't certain that he was going to be with us. He struggled so badly at Kingsport last year, and he just did fair down in the extended program. But he's got good stuff. And he's had 3 quality outings, and this one in a 1-run game. So each time he goes out there and gets them out, I mean, I think he's only allowed 1 base runner in his 3 appearances. So his confidence is gaining. He sees that he's pitching in a more meaningful role in the games, and his control, which was a huge factor in his past, has been a non-factor here. In spite of the crowds and the lights, he's going right after people, and he's trusting his stuff, and we think he's a good prospect. And now I'm glad that he's finally starting to believe it, because each time that he gets people out and has an outing like this, his confidence is just going to continue to grow. So yeah, that's what development's all about. It's very, very fun watching his progress.